Diabolical, demented, subhuman. Oh my God, we have a lot to break down today. We are going to be breaking down this week's episode of Vanderpump Rules, which was originally supposed to be the finale. We're going to be breaking down the reunion trailer, the new reunion episode descriptions, the secrets revealed episode that's coming, and everything we know about the upcoming finale next week. I hope you are ready. I have a margarita. I have a tahine rimmed margarita. Let's get it.
Oh, hi, it's me, Zack Peter, pop culture junkie, reality TV insider, published author, and host of the No Filter with Zack Peter podcast. Here I'll bring you all the latest news on the Real Housewives, deep dives into celebrity legal scandals, and unfiltered combos with your favorite stars. I've got you covered, and yes, I always keep receipts. So be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for all the latest tea. Now, let's dive in.
I mean, you already know. Mamma Mia, here I go again. Wow, 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 wowzers. Yes, of course, we are talking about Vanderpump Rules, and I'm going to be wearing my Team Ariana shirt, which is available in the merch shop, so you can get it. Get it at justplainzack.com/shop. Get your Team Ariana merch right now, because we got to represent for that finale. Order it now so you have it in time for the finale, and that way we can watch the reunion and have it. It's going to be totally wild, bananas, bonkers. Okay, so today we have a lot to break down. We have to break down this week's episode of Vanderpump Rules that was originally supposed to be the finale, the original finale, which I think would have been a great finale if this is what we got as a finale. We also have to break down the reunion trailer, which mind blown, right? Insane, insanity. Raquel really is diabolical and subhuman. Okay. We're going to be breaking down the new episode descriptions that have been released about the reunion, so we know what's coming. Peacock's new announcement about Vanderpump Rules, and everything Lala Ken has revealed on her podcast about the finale, all the behind the scenes scoop. So if you're watching this right now, give me your first name and where you're watching from so I can give you a shout out. If you're listening to this on the podcast, you're getting a rebroadcast of our Thursday Night Live. We go live every Thursday night on Instagram at No Filter with Zack and on YouTube at youtube.com/justplainzack. So are we ready to dive in? There's a lot of tea. I hope you can keep up. I hope you have a margarita. I have a tahine rimmed margarita because that's what we're doing tonight. It's going to be spicy. Jacqueline from New York City. We have Nashville in the house. Miriam from Dallas. Boca Raton, Florida. Jessica. Sharon from Houston. Sarah Bahu from Houston. Zach from El Paso. Jennifer from Las Vegas. Ooh, Jennifer, are you going to BravoCon? We have Gina from New York. Gina, you better be coming to our LA show, okay? We're doing a show in not our LA show, our New York show. We just announced we're doing a live show in New York City, July 26th at City Winery. Tickets go on sale this Friday. I'll post a link on Instagram. July 26th, City Winery, NYC. Me and the Brav Bros and some very special guests are coming to that. And then I have my live show for my 30th birthday at the Bourbon Room in Hollywood on June 15th with Lala Kent. We're going to be spilling all sorts of Vanderpump Rules tea because June 15th is also the date that Bravo is releasing the Vanderpump Rules Secrets Revealed episode. So, you know, we're going to be talking about that. Get the last of your tickets now. Last time I checked, we added more VIP tickets and we only had two VIP tickets left. So go to nofilterlive.com to stock up on those. All right, let's dive into it because I know you guys hate when I do promos. Sorry, I got bills to pay, damn it. I got rent. I got hair to bleach. Shit. At least I'm not charging you for bleaching my asshole. I'm just bleaching my hair. Okay. So where should we start? Should we start with the trailer? Should we start with the let's start with the trailer and then we'll get into last night's episode and then we'll dive into everything else. My God, there's so much to get through. Okay. So the trailer looked fire, juicy. I watched it like 28,000 times. I'm sure you guys did as well. Pay those bills. That's what I'm talking about. Hi, Alicia from Wisconsin. Okay, trailer. Okay, yes, guys, we're doing the trailer. Okay. So Vanderpump Rules trailer dropped today, which is exciting. I guess they had to drop the trailer at this point because last week we had the leak of the finale trailer. So Bravo's like, we got to keep the momentum going. So, but like, it's going to be good. I'm sweating just thinking about this. I know my armpits are like melting right now. So the trailer opens up And it's very dramatic, right? It's like the scandal that changed everything. But like really, because they were talking about Scandival out in like Sweden. Like this was international news. It was an international lifestyle brand that not even Sonia Morgan could handle. Whew. So it starts with Andy. And Andy's like, Tom, are you in love with Raquel? And Tom doesn't know. He doesn't know if he's in love with Raquel because he's trying to think of his image. And he's like, am I in love with Raquel? Am I not in love with Raquel? Maybe I want to break up with Raquel, but she's just so obsessed with me. Because remember, Ariana was so obsessed with me and I tried to break up with her and she didn't want to break up with me. And Kristen was so obsessed with me and I tried to break up with her and she didn't want to break up with me. All his girlfriends are just so obsessed with him and nobody wants to break up with him, right? He's trying so hard to break up with everybody and nobody wants to break up with him. You know what, Sandoval? Enough. Enough. I am sick of it. I am sick of your shit. And when I'm not sick, I am tired. I am sick and tired. That's a quote from Monster in Law. And then we get to Ariana, and Ariana is ready to go straight savage. She comes in with her jumpsuit and she's ready to just go in on him, right? She has her clips in her hair and she's like, it is not going to be good for those rats. They're going to sleep in the fish room. And Dorinda's fish room is where they're going to end up, in the lower level, right? And then we see Ariana and she's looking fly, right? I did a deeper recap into last night's episode of Pump Rules, and we had a blind live reaction on the Ringer Reality TV podcast because we were taping that as the trailer came out. So we live reacted. I haven't listened to the episode yet, so I don't know how they edit us reacting to it and watching the trailer live, if they have the actual trailer audio playing. But the Ringer Reality TV podcast, new episodes out. Me and Chelsea dive into all the recap of Vanderpump. But anyway, Ariana comes in and she's like, don't even look at me. You don't deserve to look at all this. And I'm like, damn right. Damn right. He better not even look at you. Better not even look in the direction. That monster. Like, I can't even deal with Sandoval because he's just like a hoe. That's right. He's a hoe. And then Raquel tries to get brave and she tries to clap back at James and Lala. And I'm like, sweetie, the last people you need to be clapping back at are James and Lala, because James and Lala will go savage. Like, if Ariana can't go savage, then James and Lala are going to come for you. It is a feast and we are eating Bambi tonight. Okay. Then Lala claps back at her because she's like, you guys don't get to talk because you guys were sleeping together while I was with you. And then Lala's like, I wasn't your friend, ho. Or what? Or what? And Bambi's like, ooh, and she got her big Bambi eyes, and she's just sitting there like she don't even know what happens. I'm like, bitch, you know what happens. You slept with your best friend's man. That's what happened. And then you lied to her. Watching that last night's finale, or this week's episode, Wednesday night's episode, watching that had me fired up. We'll get to it though, okay? Lala's like, I wasn't your friend. And then we see Andy, and Andy's like, Sheena, we have something for you. And then he gives Sheena this little folded up paper, like a little note from math class that Raquel was trying to slip to Andy. And so Andy gives Sheena the note, right, that Raquel wrote in her little cursive handwriting. And then Sheena opens it, and it's the letter that shows that there was an intent to drop the restraining order that was filed today. It's like, bitch, you should have never even filed the restraining order, okay? I'm tired of it. I'm sick of your shit. You're gonna file it the day of the reunion. Like, that's actually gonna do anything? Like, talk to your Mickey Mouse lawyer and tell him how the law actually works. Send it to Daryl. Better yet, don't send it to Daryl. Call Daryl. Pay for his time with the Dr. Nicole Martin Amex from Miami. Drop that Amex card. Pay for Daryl's time. I almost said Randall. Pay for Daryl's time so that Daryl can lecture you on how the law works. All right? Period. Okay? So Sheena's crying, and she's like, oh my God, the restraining order is dropped, which it should have never been to begin with because Raquel is a Mickey Mouse little. And then we get Raquel, and she's talking to Sandoval, and he's like, they're trying to paint us as pathological liars. And she's like, looking like she doesn't even know what a pathological liar is. She's like, I'm not a pathological liar. We only lied for 7 months to this girl that I thought that I convinced was my friend, as I was asking her about her sex life and why she wasn't sleeping with you while I was sleeping with you. Trash. And then we get into Schwartz, and Schwartz is talking. Well, there's like a little bit of stuff about how Schwartz is friends with everybody. And then Katie's just like, that's a serial killer's wet dream and blah, blah, blah. Dumb. I don't care about that. I don't care about Katie and Schwartz. I care about the scandal, right? We brushed over the Katie and Schwartz stuff, which was good. But I think we're here for the meat, right? We're not here for the appetizers. Okay. We don't need the crispy Brussels sprouts. We want to get to the meat of the heart of the everything. And Schwartz is like, I found out in August. And then Sandoval gets mad at him because he's like, bro, that's not what I wrote on the flashcards that I gave you that we practiced before we came out here. You're not supposed to say August. And then Lala's like, oh, really? What, you guys didn't rehearse your story before you came out here? And then Raquel's like, yes, you know what? You're right. I was selfish to sleep with your boyfriend of 9 years and lie and pretend to be your friend for the last 7 months. And then Ariana corrects her. She's like, you're not selfish. You know what you are? You're diabolical. You're demented. You are subhuman, period. Or what? And then James calls them poo-poo heads. And he's like, I'm going to go in timeout. And then Katie laughs. And then all of a sudden, the fight breaks out between Sandoval and James. And we find out that, like, this is who the fight was between. And I guessed it. And I was always right because that's what I am. You know what I am? Right. Period. Yes. And so we see that the fight that Andy had to come in between and break up was between James and Sandoval. And then he calls Sandoval a backstabbing hoe. And then he calls him a worm with the mustache. And Lisa's like, oh my God. She's clutching on the pearls that are barely hanging onto her dress. My goodness. And then Sandoval goes all bravo, bravo, bravo. Get the camera out of my face. I'm done. I can't film right now. I'm over it, right? All diva, because that's who he is. But he still, and by the end of it, he still doesn't even know if he's in love with Raquel and all of her 6 personalities. I can listen to you all night. Or what? Thank you, Kath. James is hilarious. James is great. James is the star of the trailer. We didn't get a lot of Katie, but listen, I don't even think Katie needs to Katie had her moment in this week's episode, and that was Katie's moment to give her the moment for the season, right? Because Katie killed it in this finale. And so now it's been revealed that yes, Bravo will air the trailers, Bravo will air the reunion, all 3 parts, but Peacock is going to be releasing extended versions of all 3 parts of the trailers. And we're even going to get a Secrets Revealed episode on June 15th. Oh, wait, what's June 15th? Oh, yeah, Zach, June 15th is your 30th birthday, where you're doing a very special live show with Lala Kent at the Bourbon Room in Hollywood, where people can get their tickets right now at nofilterlive.com. You can go to nofilterlive.com and get your tickets to June 15th's live show, live taping of the podcast with Lala Kent. Yes, we have live stream tickets brought to you by Chomps. So shout out to my pals at Chomps. They are allowing you to live stream the show. Go to nofilterlive.com to get your live stream tickets right now. Get them now. Chomps, thank you. Pure Cane, thank you for making the show possible. BioRay will be hosting a VIP pre-party. I just finalized the menu. We're going to have lots of fries, and we're going to have lots of popcorn, and we're going to have lots of yummy cocktails. Thanks to BioRay. But like, my God, Peacock, an extended version, I'm ready for it. I am ready for it. Peacock is bringing us the content that we need. All right. Shall we dive into this week's episode? Because well, actually, let me get a couple reactions from what you guys are saying about the trailer. So type in your reactions right now. Then we'll get into this week's episode. And then we'll get it. Well, actually, do we want to start with the descriptions now? Because the descriptions for the next 3 reunion episodes have been released. Let's actually get into those first. Okay, so reunion part 1 is going to air May 24th because obviously next week we have the big Scandival finale, which is supposed to be a supersized finale, and I think it's going to be like an hour and 15 minutes. So we get some bonus time on Vanderpump next week for the finale, which looks good because I was like, there's no way they're going to be able to fit everything into 60 minutes. When you edit it down, it's going to be 45 minutes, but we're getting 3 reunion parts. Part 1 will air Wednesday, May 24th. And part 1 is described as, in the explosive, larger than life first part of the reunion, Andy Cohen sits down for an intimate one-on-one with Ariana, Tom, and Rachel to get to the bottom of the cheating scandal that shocked the world. James nearly comes to blows with Sandoval over the affair. Katie and Schwartz rehash the implosion of their divorce, and Lala defends when the group calls attention to her stance on cheating. Lisa is left speechless when Ariana reveals her stance on her relationships in the group. Raquel watches the reunion from afar due to her restraining order against Sheena. So we're starting off with Sheena. This is what I predicted, and this is what I said Bravo should do from the beginning, is give us an episode and a half with Sheena and an episode and a half with Raquel. They listened to me. Thank you, Bravo producers. Thank you, Pump Rules producers, for watching No Filter with Zack Peter and for tuning in to me because you always listen to my great ideas. But I mean, this looks good, right? So we get the one-on-one interviews with Ariana, Tom, and Raquel. I would assume part one comes out with like them telling us their side of the story, right? They tell us what's going on. Thank you, Kenny G, for the badges on Instagram. They're telling us, what the situation is, where they were when they found out, how it all happened, their side of the story, right? Who needs Howie Mandel and who needs, TMZ outside of a nail shop when we have Andy Cohen. So we get their side of it. I like that we get that right out the gate. And we get the Sandoval versus James stuff right out the gate as well. So already we're getting into the meat of everything. We get into the Schwartz and Katie stuff. So part one is going to be spicy. Hi, Ann from NYC. I hope you're coming to our NYC show. We're going to be live at City Winery July 26th. July 26th, City Winery, NYC. Get ready. Me and the Brav Bros and some very special New York talent are going to be joining us. So that's part one. We see that Raquel is not really good, or she's in part one, but she's not present at the reunion because we have Sheena. Then we get into part two. Part two is going to come at the end of May. It's going to air May 31st. Part two is described as the season 10 reunion continues as Andy Cohen presses Sheena for details of the altercation that led to Raquel's restraining order. Remember where Sheena punched her? Watching some of this footage, I'm just like, you know what, Sheena, punch her again. Wait, where do we get tickets? NoFilterLive.com. You can go to NoFilterLive.com, or you can go onto my Instagram at JustPlainZach or at NoFilterWithZach. The links to buy tickets are there. July 26th at City Winery in NYC, and then June 15th at the Bourbon Room in Hollywood with Lala. So, okay. Altercation with Raquel about the restraining order. Then part two also brings James's girlfriend Allie takes the stage to discuss James's temper and the future of their relationship. The group debates the origin of the infamous open relationship rumor. Okay, so part two sounds kind of good. I'm excited to see what Sheena has to say about Raquel and the restraining order. Then Sheena gives up her spot for Raquel, who must face the group for the first time since the news of the affair became public. Dun, dun, dun. So boom, part two is going to end spicy with Raquel making her grand entrance. Then we get into part three, and this is the final part of the reunion. It's going to air June 7th, and it's described as a supersized episode. Dun, dun, dun. The reunion comes to an electrifying close as Raquel faces her former friends. The group revisits the disastrous girls' trip to Las Vegas and Lake Havasu. They discuss Tom Schwartz's alleged role in covering up the affair. Ariana breaks down while discussing the betrayal from her ex-boyfriend and her ex-best friend. Andy questions Sandoval and Raquel about the status of their relationship and pushes them to reveal if they indeed are in love. Dun, dun, dun. Psh. And then it gets better. It gets better. It's all happening. Because then Bravo is also on Wednesday, June 14th, going to reveal their Secrets Revealed very special episode. Okay? In one of the most shocking Secrets Revealed episodes in Vanderpump Rules history, fans will get a deeper glimpse into the fallout of the group post-Scandal. Never before seen moments from the summer will shed new light on glaring secrets that have since been revealed. Plus, fans will see bonus footage from months before season 10 began as Tom and Katie face the reality of their divorce while still living together. Guys, this is going to be good. I mean, all 5 of these next episodes, because we have the Scandal finale, 3-part reunion, and then boom, Secrets Revealed. I literally am shaking. It's going to be so good. Luciana says, I love Ariana saying, don't even look at me. You don't deserve to look at all this. No, he doesn't. What he deserves to look at is Bambi. We have to wait until part 3 for that. I mean, listen, there's a lot. We're getting through a lot in part 1 and 2, Leanne. Sheesh. Megan just said, got my virtual ticket for the Bourbon Room. So excited. Woo, woo. Shout out to Megan Villapando. Get it. I would pay to watch it now, right? I would pay to watch the reunions now. Where can we read these, Zach? On the internet, Megan. Just look it up. I think like TV Guide has them. It's just wow. I was shocked to see how disrespectful Katie was to how Rachel was to Katie's mother. Okay, so let's dive into that. Now that we've read those, let's dive into last night's episode, and then we'll get into all the tea that Lala spilled on her podcast about the finale, because she spilled a lot of behind the scenes scoop. what time is the live stream for 6:25? I don't have a live stream on 6:25. We have a live stream on 6:15 at the Bourbon Room, and then we have a live show at City Winery in New York City on July 26th. So July 26th. I don't believe we're live streaming that show though. Just got my live stream ticket. So excited. Yay. Thanks, Megan. Appreciate the love and support. Okay. Let's dive into last night. 6:15 live stream time. So 6:15, we have the VIP pre-party that starts at 6. The show will begin, I believe, at 8. So expect 8 Pacific. 8 p.m. Pacific is when you can expect to catch the live stream of the show. And then I believe you'll have about 48 hours to catch it if you didn't catch it live in the moment to rewatch it. Okay, so this week's episode, something about her. Okay. Don't get mad at me. All right. But I'm just going to say this because I always keep it hashtag no filter. Hold on. Let me take a little lick of my tahini to keep it spicy and a little sip of my marg. Where do we get tickets for the live stream party again? Nofilterlive.com. Nofilterlive.com. Okay. This week's episode. Okay. Again, don't drag me. Okay, I'm just being honest with you. And I'm pretty sure some of you guys were thinking this yourselves. I still love Katie and I still love Ariana. Okay. Rocking the Team Ariana merch right now. But there's something about her little the party that they threw for the finale. I was like, this feels a little low budget. Don't drag me. We could have put some balloons up. We could have done a cute little step repeat. Like it felt a little last minute, And I was kind of like, guys, this is the finale. They looked cute. Katie and Ariana looked finale ready, but was that the party that we were going to be bringing to the finale? That's when the producers were like, all right, somebody go to Bottega Louis next door, get a cake. We're celebrating Lisa Vanderpump's birthday a day late. That's what we're doing now. We're all going to Sir, and we're celebrating a day late. Hella low budget. Okay, thank you. I still love them. I'm still gonna go. I'm gonna be first in line at something about her to eat those sandwiches, even if they have gluten. I will eat all the gluten for Ariana and Katie, all of it. Okay, but the party looked low budget. They borrowed glassware from Schwartz and Sandy's. Go to Marshall's and get some cute little glasses. I agree. All this scandal didn't pop off the way. Yeah. Low budget because I think they're smart with their dollars. I mean, is it? Because that wasn't a great presentation. Also, don't judge me, but I was judging them just a little bit because I'm like, if you're gonna have people sample the sandwiches, then they should be little tea-size, bite-sized finger sandwiches, right? Because you want to taste all of them. But they were giving everybody a full-ass sandwich. And I was like, I was just thinking, are people going to eat 5 full sandwiches? That's a lot of sandwiches. We're going to be bloated. This is the finale. This is Los Angeles. Gluten, guys. Gluten. No judgment, but gluten and a little bit of judgment. 486 in the room, only 100 likes. Show some love. Thank you, Aaron D. Yes, guys, if you're watching this right now on the YouTube, we have 503 in the live on the YouTube and 150 on the Instagram right now live. Smash the like button. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button if you're not yet subscribed. And yes, we will get into Lala's tea in just a minute. But listen, okay, I'm so happy for something about her. Okay, very happy for Katie and Ariana, and I think they are going to thrive. I've talked about that space, and the space I thought was a bit of a challenging space. However, I think what they're doing with the space actually looks really great. Okay. I don't trust anyone skinny with the restaurant. That's funny, Mary. Yes, those portions were full. Yeah, exactly. They were big sandwiches for people to be eating 5 sandwiches. I was like, I would have to take a bite of each of them to sample of them. And then you take a bite of 5 sandwiches and then you've eaten a whole sandwich. No drinks. Exactly. Where were the drinks? They had some Perrier that they gave to Lala in a champagne glass. I was just like, listen, guys, Godspeed. I want you to be successful. I hope you're going to be successful. Thank God the scandal broke because now you can really be successful. But the party was a little low budget for the finale. I was a little disappointed, but I still love the girls and I'm still going to be there to buy something about her sandwiches. Okay. Then we get into the after party at Sir. And I thought that the after party was at least a little more poppin'. Lisa needed to promote her restaurants and we're like, okay, Pump's probably going to close soon because the bills ain't paired there. So let's go on over to Sir and let's, have one last hurrah. So we go to Sir. We're trying some more sandwiches. That was the part that was a little confusing, that we started at something about her trying the sandwiches, and then we moved on over to Sir to try the sandwiches. I didn't get why we went from one spot to the other, and why the first spot was just like very bare, you know? I didn't fully understand it, but I'm supporting the girls regardless, okay? This party though, or this after party, I don't know, what do we want to call the Sir part of it? It was a disaster, Sir, because it was wow. Rachel comes on in with her marching little Bambi legs, like she's gonna come and rule this finale, right? And I was like, oh hell no. Those is fighting words. We are fighting now. So she comes in and first goes up to Ariana, right? And she goes and she's talking to Ariana about her relationship. And she says, like, oh, are you still attracted to Tom Sandoval? Well, first she like comes in and she's like, so I just like want to know like what's going on with you and Sandoval. Like, I heard that your relationship isn't amazing. Wonder who I heard that from. Heard your relationship wasn't amazing. Like, I just want to know, like, what's the dealio? Let's kiki, girlfriend. And then Ariana's just like, we're struggling, but we're gonna get better. We're working on things and blah blah blah. And then she's like, well, I remember when I was with James. First of all, don't compare. Big difference. She's like, when I was with James and we weren't having sex, and I thought that, that was a big indicator of us possibly being done. The nerve of this girl, right? The nerve of this little Bambi. Somebody call a hunter. I can't. Literally can't, right? So she's talking to her. Ariana's opening up to her. Ariana then opens up to her and tells her, like, she's still physically attracted to Sandoval. She still loves Sandoval. She still, like, is interested in Sandoval. And Ariana seems like she wants to work on it, right? Earlier in the episode, we see the conversation that Tom Sandoval has with Ariana, where they're talking about the relationship. And at the end of that conversation, Tom Sandoval is even like, I love you. Let's work on this. Let's do more dinners at home, and let's do more, us time. They clearly have a very different definition of how they see intimacy. I think Ariana sees intimacy as an emotional connection, like she needs to be connected to you emotionally. Whereas Tom Sandoval, on the other hand, to him, it's the physical intimacy that's more important. And so I feel like that's kind of where their disconnect is, but it's like I understand how they kind of need to meet in the middle. Ariana wants to give him physical intimacy, but she also needs to have an emotional connection. And Tom Sandoval craves physical intimacy, but now we know why he's okay not having an emotional connection with Ariana, because he's already built an emotional connection with Raquel. And this is where I get pissed off with all these people. Now I'm ready to pop off like Lala, okay? I get pissed off with all these people who are like, oh, well, they weren't having sex for 4 years, so I can understand why he cheated on her. First of all, where is your archaic ass at, okay? What, are you mad that Ariana wasn't washing the dishes? Was her apron not tied to perfection? Did she not shine his shoes correctly? Were the kids not well fed and well behaved by the time her man got home from work with a whiskey on the side? No, we're not doing that bullshit anymore. Ariana had no responsibility to keep the house in order for Sandoval. And nor did she have any responsibility to have to give him sex. And that's where he had the need to go and get his dick wet at the Abbey. Not even at the Abbey, in the back alley of the Abbey, okay? Where Allie was watching him. Ariana is not to blame for not having sex. If she doesn't, like, here's the thing. Do you want to have sex with somebody that you're in a relationship with that you don't feel connected to? She said she's attracted to him, physically attracted to him. She said that to Raquel while Raquel was over there sucking his dick and FaceTiming him, okay? So let's not even go there. And she was grieving. Yes. Thank you. And she was grieving. She had just lost her grandmother. She had just lost her dog. It was a lot. There was a lot going on. She was trying to launch a new business. He was trying to launch a new business. And Raquel was open and Ariana was open with Raquel, saying that we've had dry spells in the past. Dry spells are normal. When you've been with somebody for 9 years, dry spells happen. So I'm sure she didn't think that this was a dry spell that was going to dry up their relationship. I think she thought that there was going to be a way that they could come back together. And she seemed willing to want to come back together with him. Sandoval, on the other hand, did not seem willing. Well, actually, in his conversation with Ariana, he seemed willing to want to come back together with her, right? He told her he loved her. He told her they were going to work on things. We also know that at this time, they were starting to go to couples therapy. So when he's over here talking to Howie Man down, he's like, I try to break up with her. She's crazy. She's so obsessed with me. Why are you so obsessed with me? Nah, bullshit. Where in that conversation did he even hint or indicate that he wanted out of this relationship? None. Never. He never said it. In his head, he thinks he said it, but he never said it, okay? Dry spells definitely happen in long-term relationships. Exactly, Susan. Dry spells happen. They're not an indicator of a relationship ending unless two people decide that a relationship is over, or unless one person decides that they're done with the relationship. Tom Sandoval did not decide that he was done with his relationship because he's on camera talking to Ariana, telling her that he loves her and he wants to work on things, and making her go to couples therapy, where he told Howie Mandel that in couples therapy, that's when she started to really be engaged again, and she started to really want to fight for this relationship. So I think, because some people are like, I believe she really did, she really was crazy and didn't want to let him leave the relationship. Bullshit. She was convinced that the relationship was going to last. When you've been with somebody for 9 years and you have a house together and you have pets together, hello, yeah, you're going to fight for the relationship. You're not just going to throw it away because it's not some 2-month relationship that didn't mean anything. It's not even a James and Raquel relationship that wasn't very deep because Raquel's a little dumb in her head. So yeah, she was going to fight for the relationship. Yeah, she wasn't going to let the relationship go away that easily because she loved him. That's what's called devotion. That's what's called commitment. Did she have a ring on her finger? No, what she had was a heart full of love for Tom Sandoval. That's what she had. And he lied to her and he gaslit her and he manipulated her into thinking that he was still interested in this relationship. And meanwhile, he's over here banging Rocky, Rocky, Bang, Bang. No. Sick of his bullshit. I'm sick of all the people wanting to blame Ariana and the lack of sex as to why that was the reason that they should that he was allowed to cheat on her, or why they understand that he cheated on her. No, I don't understand it. What I don't understand is how he didn't have the balls to say, I don't want to be in this relationship. Be a big boy. Say, I don't want to be in this relationship, Ariana. I'm sorry. I love you, but I have to let you go in peace. We're going to consciously uncouple, like Gwyneth Paltrow. And then Raquel with her damn nerve to try and lecture Ariana on relationships and how you need to want to have sex in your relationship in order to make your relationship last. Raquel, when have you ever made a relationship last? All you've done is break up relationships, okay? Close your legs to taken men. We saw you with Oliver, and we saw you do your little BS with Oliver, and that was her chance to really learn a lesson, right? That was her opportunity to learn that, hey, maybe I should be a little more careful when I'm doing things with men that are taken. So I get mad when I see people and they're just like, Ariana had she had a part in this as well. What was her part? Loving her partner? What was her part? Being devoted to her partner? What was her part? Trusting her friend and trusting that when her friend is coming to her and talking to her about a relationship, she felt comfortable enough to open to her friend about her relationship and talk about how she wanted to make the relationship last. Where was her fault? Please explain it to me. What did Ariana do wrong? What, she didn't suck his dick enough? Fuck off. Can't with those people with the bullshit. Loving and trusting. Yes, Alicia. She was very loving and she was very trusting. She will be okay. Yes, she will be okay. And that's why we rally for Ariana. That's why we're rooting for her. How dare she judge Oliver and give him that whole speech? Thank you, Alex Passion NYC. Thank you. How dare she? Who does she think she is lecturing Oliver when she's over here doing the same damn thing? And that's just the Ariana part, okay? Because we already know how I feel about the Ariana part. I already know you feel about the Ariana part, but we haven't even gotten to the Katie part, okay? Because then Raquel feels like that wasn't enough, right? That wasn't enough to come at Ariana and judge her relationship. Then she feels the nerve to then go off to Katie and approach Katie unprovoked. Katie didn't want to be bothered by her. Katie wanted nothing to do with her. Katie was sitting there chatting with her friends about eating booty hole, right? That's what they were talking about. And then all of a sudden, here comes Rocky, Rocky, Bang, Bang with her little long Bambi legs, her little tarantula legs. She comes walking on over, crawling on over, ready to steal somebody else's man. And she's just like, you know what, Katie? I just think it's so wrong that like you're texting Schwartz about us making it at the bayou. And Katie's like, excuse me? Like, what do you want? And she's just like, I just want to say that like you shouldn't be rage texting him because you're mad. I'm sorry. Who are you? The mistress number 1, mistress number 2. Where do you fall in line? Because you were never involved in their marriage. You didn't even know Schwartz and Katie. You barely even became Schwartz's friend recently. Okay. So let's not even go there. Okay, get your little tarantula legs, crawl them back into whatever hole of a man that you crawled out of his bedroom, and let's not even go there. Rocky Bang Bang needs to go and trickle on out the back alley of Sir, okay? Because she has no right to come into Katie and tell Katie how to have a relationship with her husband, her soon-to-be ex-husband, but still technically her husband, still technically her family, okay? And then Katie was very generous. The fact that Katie didn't clock Raquel, I was like, we need to call Sheena in to do the job that Katie needed to do, and Katie was trying to hold restraint, right? And then we get to Terry, right? Because Katie's over here taking all this stuff. And then Terry, Katie's mom, inserts herself and she's like, Raquel, can I just say something? And she's like, what, Terry? I was like, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Gloves off, earrings off. Those is fighting words. You don't talk to Terry like that. You don't talk to nobody's mama like that, okay? I can talk to my mama like that, but you can't talk to my mama like that. I don't talk to my mama like that, by the way. But I'm just saying, you know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? That's when Katie's like, excuse me, you need to have respect for my mother. Who raised you? And I was like, yes, thank you. Who raised you? And Lala's like, Katie, don't even bother. You're better off talking to a pig. So in fact, go and direct this conversation to Schwartz, the pig, who's hiding the entire time. Like, what a coward. Like, this is literally your wife, your family, and this new girl that wants to come on and, swing her little dick around and act like she's somebody important. Okay. She got humbled real quick. Bow down, bitch. Bow down. Katie really gave it to her when she called her a see you next Tuesday. I was like, say it louder for the bitches in the back. Say it louder for Schwartzy hiding behind the bushes. And then my heart did break for Ariana because she then goes crying to Lisa. She's like, I'm trying to be a friend to everybody. I'm trying to be there for Raquel and trying to be there for Katie. And she's like, I'm just trying to be there for everybody. And this is really hard for me. And I'm having a really hard time with all of this. And I get it. And I think that it's awful. It's truly, truly awful what was going on. And the fact that Raquel just kept trying to insert herself into something she had no business inserting herself into. Like, you're not going to come to the something about her tasting at something about her because you don't want to overshadow Katie, but then you're going to come and judge her for how she's handling her divorce. Excuse me, you've never been through a divorce. You've never been through a real breakup like that, so don't even bother. Sit down, shut up, go to therapy. So then we get Sandoval. He decides he's going to insert himself and he's going to school Terry as well. And then that's when, thank you, Christina Kelly. Christina Kelly then finally, oh yeah, she mentions the dogs. Yeah, thank you for reminding me, Parisian Anna. The dog. Yeah, don't bring up the dogs. Don't bring up her relationship. Don't come for her mother. Like, I don't know who you think you are, Rocky Bang Bang, but nope. That's going to be a hard no swipe left. Bye, bitch. Bye. Then Sandoval inserts himself and he starts coming after Terry. And I'm like, who are you? And first of all, where is Schwartz? Literally, why is Schwartz not in here defending Terry? Maybe trying to diffuse the situation. It was just truly, truly diabolical of them. And he's there defending Raquel. Meanwhile, Christina Kelly calls him out. She's like, hello, your actual girlfriend is over there, even though now we know Raquel was his girlfriend. Your actual girlfriend, the one that you're actually in a relationship with, she's over there crying in Lisa's arms. You should be tending to her because Raquel and Katie, not your business. And then finally, Lisa Vanderpump gets her cake and she gets to eat it too because she's relishing in the drama of what was supposed to be the original finale. And boy, oh boy, did it not disappoint. And Lisa's here and she gives her speech and she's like, my darling children, everything will work out in the end. You will all find a way to love each other again because we all love each other and we need Bravo to renew us for another 3 seasons. So Raquel, keep your legs open to married men, please. And a toast to all of us and this journey that we've been on together. And then we get the good moment with Katie and Tom in the back alley at Sir, where all disputes need to be handled. The back alley at Sir, I'm glad we had a resurfacing of the back alley at Sir. And Schwartz trying to get Katie to understand that Raquel was just going to apologize and trying to apologize. I was like, literally no. She has no remorse. She was laughing. She was giggling. She thought the whole thing was dumb and funny. When she actually made out with Schwartz, she's like, well, Katie hates me anyway, so why not do it? So yeah, it was intentional. It was deliberate, and it was sick knowing that she was banging Sandoval the whole time. My God. Literally. With the propane tanks. Yes, we need the propane tanks. How do we not have a real feud without the propane tanks and the faded purple wall? All they were missing was sitting down at the little square table folding napkins and counting their tips for the night. That was it. How is the affair also making Schwartz look like an ass? It's mind-blowing. Because Schwartz is an ass. I love me some Schwartzies, but damn. Homie, what are you doing, you know? Raquel is twisted, sick in the head. The whole thing is diabolical, but this would have been one phenomenal finale. And the fact that we get more next week, chef's kiss. Give them all the ratings, all the reviews, everything. I mean, now we know that they've been renewed for another season, so great. Now we have the big Scandival finale next week, which Lala spilled a lot of tea on, and I feel like I want to get into it. You're on fire tonight. Thank you, Judgy Biatch. I'm glad I'm on fire tonight because I've been getting dragged in those Apple Podcast reviews. I'm like, I have to stop reading these because everyone says I lost my touch. I'm just like, shit, guys. I'm trying to keep my life together right now. I have 4 events that I'm planning right now. A crazy travel schedule, a new puppy. I haven't even had sex with myself and I don't even know how long. Okay. So cut me a little bit of slack. All right. Let's get into Lala's podcast. Give them Lala. This is a recap thanks to courtesy of Taste of Reality on Instagram. So they gave us the skinny so that we don't have to listen to it, even though I'm going to listen to it because I'm pretty sure I need to listen to all of it because it sounded incredible. Right. So Lala spilled some major tea about the finale. She says, well, I guess about the affair, the finale, everything, right? So in the episode, she reveals that Raquel started drinking Coors Light when she started sleeping with Sandoval because I guess that's what you do. You start drinking Coors Light when you start dating Sandoval. He does drink a lot of Coors Light. I will say, last year when we did the live show. For those of you that don't know, yes, I'm doing a live show at the Bourbon Room with Lala this year, but we did a live show last year that sold out, by the way. And we had Tom Sandoval and Tom Schwartz in the show, and we had Sheena and Brock that were also in the show last year. And Ariana was there as well. Raquel was supposed to come that night too. And I think she didn't come to the Bourbon Room, but I think she went out to hang out with them afterwards. But he drank so much Coors Light. And the interesting thing was he came and we were supposed to promote their Tom's Good Love and bourbon. So we were supposed to drink that on stage. And at one point they wanted to like pour it out for people to sample it. But he was drinking so much Coors Light that I remember he even like brought 2 Coors Lights up on stage. He was Liddy City, which I can't blame him too much because the show went really late. So by the time they came up on stage, it was really late and they were Liddy City, Liddy City, Liddy City. And I remember he like spilled Coors Light all over the place. But I was just like, I found it so interesting how much Coors Light he was drinking that night. And now we know that's his thing. You drink Coors Light when you're an alcoholic because it's cheap. I mean, listen, I'm an alcoholic and I drink the good shit. I would rather go broke than drink cheap shit. Though I have had my moments, right? You know, you go for the $20 bottle of vodka. But listen, sometimes the bills be hurting. Late to the live, did I miss an announcement? No, you did not miss an announcement, but you missed one hell of a recap that we've been doing, babe. Okay, so Lala also says that the narration at the beginning of the finale between Lala and James happened post-Scandival. She says the Labor Day scenes were strictly from Sheena's vlog and edited in post-Scandival. So I'm assuming Sheena signs over some of the rights to her vlog that then get pieced into the finale next week. Lisa Vanderpump was the first Lala revealed that Lisa was the first to suspect Tom Sandoval and Raquel were involved. She started to see it, right? We saw it at that moment when they were at SUR and she was like, why are you smiling so much at Raquel? So she had some sort of intuition. And then when she had Ken come out and he's like, oh, did you hear? He came out like a little leprechaun, all excited. He's like, did you hear? Did you hear the good news? Jesus is coming and Raquel spent the night at Tom Sandoval's house. So we're going to get a nice little bonus. Maybe we can keep Pump alive. And then she also reveals that if Scandival never happened, tonight's episode or this week's episode would have been the finale, which we know I revealed. It continues by saying Lala brought up Labor Day to Ariana. Oh, that when Lala brought up the Labor Day stuff to Ariana, cameras went down because Ariana was so mad that her relationship was being questioned. So remember when when Lala was talking to Katie and she's just like, yeah, he didn't leave to go be with you with your grandmother because he said that he couldn't get a car, but that was a lie. And then you can see that Ariana was kind of a little irritated, but we never really saw how that conversation ended. And so it appears Ariana got pissed, cameras went down. And as Andy Cohen revealed on Radio Andy, he was saying that he talked to producers and he's like, why did we not catch this Tom and Raquel thing sooner? And they revealed, well, it was because they were following Ariana's lead, and Ariana was very clear that there was nothing going on and the relationship was just fine. So, Lala's mom, Lisa, said that she heard Ariana screaming at Tom on the phone at the Labor Day party, which I believe as well. It seems like Ariana wasn't willing to put her relationship, which I don't love. I don't love that she was trying to conceal the cracks in her relationship because everybody's relationship has been put under the microscope. So I feel like it's not really fair to throw cameras down and give Ariana some space to deal with her relationship stuff, considering everybody else has kind of been in the hot seat before. But listen, it ended up coming back, right? And we ended up having to deal with it eventually. And then she closes with, as soon as Ariana found out about Tom and Raquel, she texted everyone immediately so that Tom wouldn't have time to manipulate the situation. Smart as well. Very, very smart as well. And I think, listen, more power to them. They did it. They got it. They live in life. They're collecting those paychecks now. Ariana's doing just fine. She might be on the new season of Dancing with the Stars. She has a new Lifetime movie. She's been signing all them checks. She just did a new promo for Bic. I don't know if you saw it on Instagram. She did a new Bear It All sort of promo for the Bic razors. And I was like, you know what, Ariana and your Bic razors, you do you, boo. You get that Bic money. That big Bic money. Ariana has been through so much already. She just didn't and wouldn't allow another devastating event to happen. That makes sense, right? Because she was dealing with a lot. And that's probably why the producers did give her some grace, because they're like, listen, she's going through a lot. She's dealing with a lot. So it is so good. I agree, Jillian Rose. It is good. Chris says, so it's Ariana's fault for being a nostrich shocker. What is a nostrich? I don't know what an ostrich is. Kelly says, but in all fairness, Ariana was grieving with 2 deaths. Yeah. That's why I'm like, I get it. Yes, I feel like, I get it. Alicia says, I wonder if Ariana regrets not having Katie's back. Be interesting to see what she says on Watch What Happens Live. Oh, that's right, because Ariana's going to be on Watch What Happens Live the night of the finale. Do you know when the tell-all is? What tell-all? The reunion? The one-on-ones are airing in part 1. Extended versions on Peacock. And then Secrets Revealed comes out June 14th. And I think there's an extended version of Secrets Revealed coming out on Peacock on June 15th, which is my birthday. And the same night, I'm going to be at the Bourbon Room with Lala celebrating. Get your tickets at nofilterlive.com. Nofilterlive.com. Jackson Brittany back next season. I've been seeing that. That hasn't been officially announced anywhere. I think putting Jackson Brittany to do the Peacock recaps and bringing them on Watch What Happens Live, and then bringing Kristen on Watch What Happens Live. And listen, Kristen had the highest ratings. And I think aside from Ariana, Kristen will have the highest ratings on Watch What Happens Live this season. I think that was a good enough test to see if people are interested in Jackson, Brittany, and Kristen returning to the show. And I think it was successful. So I predict that Jax, Brittany, and Kristen will be back for next season of Vanderpump Rules. I think it's time. I think they're ready. So, yeah. Boom. Beer cheese, please. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Zach, what did they do with the house? Tom Sandoval taking a home equity loan against it. Sounds like a mess. Please explain how that works. Yes, Megan. So my understanding, he did take out a loan against it, but I believe that it was written in the fine print that which I find very strange, but I believe that the equity that he took out in the house is only his own equity. So there's a limit on how much of the house that they're entitled to. And so instead of the house itself, it comes down to monetary value. And so his portion of the house is what they can possess, right? Did Stassi state she was open to coming back? Also, Zach, she did not. I talked to her about Stassi, I talked to her about it when she was on the podcast a few weeks ago, and she said she's open to returning to reality TV, but I don't think she's open to returning to Vanderpump Rules. I think she just knows that like her life has moved beyond Vanderpump Rules, and maybe she would do her own reality show, maybe she would do something else, but yeah. How can they do that? I don't know, Sheila. I believe you're referring to the home equity loan that he took out to support Schwartz and Sandy's. I don't know. There has to be something ironclad written in stone and signed by all parties. Literally, I don't know. That's not something that I've commonly heard is something that can be done. I would think that they would be entitled to the house if that's what was signed on and agreed on. So I wonder if they mentioned Miami girls in the reunion. Oh, Miami girl. Oh, that's a good point. I'm sure Miami girl got brought up, but I'm pretty sure they didn't dive into it all that much. So we'll see. I would love a Stassi reality show. I would too. Listen, Stassi's come a long way. Did you find a home for the kitty? Yes, I did find a home for the kitty. We need a Witches of WeHo spinoff with all the girls. I don't think Stassi would do it, but I do know the Witches of WeHo Wine is coming back with Kristen and Katie. They have revamped the Witches of WeHo Wine. And I don't know if it's out yet or not out yet or what, but I kind of want some Witches of WeHo Wine. I think I'm going to have Witches of WeHo Wine and Kristen Doty on the podcast to recap the Scandival finale or recap the reunion. I don't know. Maybe I'll invite Kristen to come to the show at the Bourbon Room. Would we want Kristen at the Bourbon Room? I think I'm going to invite her to the Bourbon Room. But regardless, if you'd see Kristen, DM her and tell her she needs to come on No Filter. I'll try to book her. I know she's doing a few different podcasts right now. She was just on the Brav Bros podcast, so definitely tune into the Brav Bros podcast. I always like to have a little space of when like my friends or other podcasters have a guest on to kind of like make sure we let them have their moment and then talk to the guest when there's something, else that's pressing. But yeah, Raquel has lost her mind. LA is a dangerous place. I don't think Raquel ever had a mind, to be honest with you. She's a pageant girl. Are you having a viewing party for the finale? That would be fun. I've not thought about that, but maybe I will now. That sounds like a good idea. All right. Well, damn. Should we wrap, guys? This was a lot. This was fun. This was crazy. This was wild. I thought that this was we covered so much and we haven't even hit an hour. So thank you guys for joining tonight's live. Does the Pope have a balcony? I believe the Pope does have a balcony. What did Mia say on Potomac? Does a frog have a tight asshole or something? But Lord knows Rachel won't be afraid to come back. No, I don't. I think she's so out of touch with reality right now, to be honest with you. All right. This was fun. Thank you guys. I love you. I appreciate you. You can always keep up with me at Just Plain Zack. Follow me at Just Plain Zack. You can follow the pup. My little pup. Where's my boy? Where's the baby Skywalker? Sky boy. Sky. You can follow Sky at Just Plain Sky. Follow me at Just Plain Zack and follow the podcast at No Filter with Zack all over. Well, only on Instagram, but I'm all over the internet at Just Plain Zack. Get your tickets to the No Filter Night Out with Lala Can at the Bourbon Room in Hollywood, June 15th. It is my 30th birthday. It's going to be a blast. We're going to have some yummy treats. We're going to have some yummy drinks, and we're going to spill lots of tea. I'm also going to be at City Winery in NYC with the Brav Bros July 26th. You can stay tuned for that. Tickets officially go on sale Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern. So you can check the City Winery website or check the No Filter live site. Check my Instagram. The links will be there. But don't forget to get your tickets. Get ready. It's going to be one hell of a summer. All right, guys. I love you. I appreciate you. And I will talk to you soon. All right. Follow me on all the things. You look 24 max. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I love it. Thanks, guys. I love when you tell me I look young. Forever young. I want to be forever young. All right. Good night. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, bye.